Hello, I was watching a man much younger than I am delivering a lesson in how to be English, the extreme version. He was making tea and he did it properly. At the end he said, if you want coffee then, and I can't actually recall what he said you should go and do, but I don't intend to do it. Coffee is my beverage of preference, and I'm going to show you now how I go about making the perfect cup of coffee, and how, when I'm buying coffee away from the house, I determine whether it's worthy of being drunk or not. So here is a lesson in how to make coffee, the extreme version. Oh yes. Before we go on, a word about coffee itself. You see, not all coffees are the same. There's a scale 1 to 10 that describes varying degrees of intensity of flavour of coffee. Away down at number 1, there's coffee that's so mild that it's suitable for people who have not yet developed their taste for coffee, who don't like anything with flavour. At the other end of the scale, number 10, there's coffee at its most intense, and that's what we're going to be making today. This is a pod of coffee of intensity 10. There's enough coffee in this little pod to make 1 espresso cup. If you're going to add milk and sugar to coffee, then frankly don't bother. Go out and buy a jar of instant, because if you're going to pollute the beverage, you might as well start with something that is not of any particular quality. This is coffee at its best, and we're going to make the perfect cup of coffee. You're going to need one of these funky machines. Now, if you're not a cafe and can't afford one of those huge espresso machines, then this is just as good for the domestic coffee maker. We got this machine in a store in Glasgow. It was made in Germany. We actually have another one that was made in the United Kingdom. The kind of machine isn't important. What is important is that it forces hot water under pressure to get the coffee extraction. And here it is, the perfect cup of coffee. I'm going to go away in a moment and enjoy this in private, but notice before I go the crema. If you're in a coffee bar and they try to sell you coffee that doesn't have a head like this, a crema, don't pay for it. The coffee's stale. This video has been a tribute to Charlieissocoollike, Charlie McDonald. I'll readily acknowledge you don't have to be able to make the perfect cup of coffee to be Scottish, but it does help. And no younger sisters were exploited in the making of this video. Bye now.